You've been here before. The tension builds, voices rise, you say things you don't mean. They say things that cut deep, and later, regret, again. Another argument with your partner, your friend, your colleague. Maybe you're wondering, why does this keep happening? More importantly, how do I stop it before it starts? Here's the truth. You don't need more communication tips. You need a different mindset, and that's exactly where ancient Eastern wisdom can help. Starting with one simple but powerful rule from Zen: don't add wood to the fire. Zen teaches that conflict isn't just what's happening on the outside. It's the storm we feed on the inside. Every time you react out of anger, defend your pride, or try to win the argument, you're adding fuel. That's why it never ends. That's why it burns. But imagine this. You're in the middle of a heated moment. Someone is yelling, blaming. Their energy is loud. You breathe. You place a hand over your heart. And instead of firing back, you pause. That pause, just a few seconds, breaks the cycle. It's not weakness. It's the greatest strength. In Zen, this is called non-resistance. You don't resist the energy coming at you. You don't fight it, and you don't feed it, you become still. Not silent out of fear, but centered out of clarity. Let's be honest, in today's world, stress is everywhere, at home, at work, online. It's easy to be triggered. Everything feels personal. But real power doesn't come from dominating the conversation. It comes from mastering your response. Picture this: a young woman sitting still in the middle of chaos. Papers flying, people shouting behind her. And yet, she's calm, eyes closed, hands resting in a meditative pose. That's not fantasy, that's training. Zen doesn't promise you a quiet world. It teaches you how to stay quiet, inside, even when the world outside is falling apart. This mindset works even in fragile relationships. Maybe you and your partner are at the breaking point. You're pulling in opposite directions. The connection feels like a rope stretched to its limit. What if, instead of tugging harder or letting it snap, you simply let go? In Taoism, there's a phrase: to yield is to be preserved whole. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means cutting the emotional rope that keeps you trapped in a cycle of hurt and blame. In fact, many of the crises we face today, relationship breakdowns, workplace toxicity, burnout, they don't come from outside. They come from within. From our inability to let go. We cling to being right, to being heard, to being in control. Zen flips that on its head. The less you try to control, the more peace you create. In the West, we're taught to fight, to argue, to push through, but Eastern wisdom offers something radical. Peace is not found in victory. It's found in surrender. In choosing stillness over reaction, in choosing silence when anger wants to speak. This doesn't mean being passive. It means being intentional, strategic. Calm is a strategy. So next time you feel the heat rising, remember, don't add wood to the fire. You'll be shocked how fast things shift. If this helped you see conflict in a new way, hit like and subscribe. We're just getting started on how ancient wisdom can solve modern chaos. And tell me in the comments, what kind of conflict are you ready to stop feeding?